Okay, so this is Necklace of Ben here. And today I'm going to talk to you about side decking. Now, the first thing is, what is a side deck? Well, a side deck is a set of cards you can use to give you an advantage in certain matchups, because every deck has a bad matchup. Some classic examples of side deck cards here. You have Anti-Spell Fragrance. This is good against pendulums, as they can't set pendulums in the pendulum zone, so they flat out cannot activate them until they get rid of these. You then get Maxi. Some decks side this. Most decks main it now though. It's good because sometimes, like say you have a lot of your sentries at your place, you probably don't want to be main decking it, but siding it's fine. You then have Twin Twisters and MST. Lots of decks play a lot of back row, and sometimes you need a bit of extra removal, so siding one or two of these is not always a bad shout. Probably the best side deck card in the game at the minute, this. Kaijus. If they've got a big problem that like can't be targeted, can't be outed, you just tribute it for the Kaiju and the problem's gone. It doesn't trigger any of their effects unless they're clear. You get Board Wipe. This is good. You might not want to main deck it, but it's always good to have in the side deck in case you're playing against, say, Mermail. You've then got Gozen Match. If you know, like say, you're playing against Burning Abyss or Monarchs, as we all know, they need two attributes, which is light and dark. They can't overlay into Dante. With this on the board, as the things are light, and I can't think of a decent dark level 3. Oh yeah, Break. It forces them to a Break Source. Sorry. Yeah, Honest. It's good for light decks because every now and again you come up against, say, an Ultimate Falcon if you're playing Talonites. It's just like, yeah, and you can just go bang, it's up, I've got over it. This is a side deck card that's sort of fallen out of favour. It's Drawn Watchbird. You used to be able to ditch this card against Necros and it would just completely stop them for a turn. It's basically Mistake for one turn. It was really good. You then have Thessalus the Mega Monarch. Monarch side this because occasionally, say you've got the Cosmo matchup, you might want to, say, get ships out of their hand and do burn damage. Now, this just does that for you. And it gets rid of the Dark Destroyer without having to destroy it. You then get Majesty's Fiend. BA used to love this card. Vanity's Fiend is falling more into favour, but I still like this card. The reason it's falling out of favour is because of these, because it can be tributed over, as Vanity's Fiend can't, but it's still very good. Flying Sea. I have millions of these. Basically, I don't think Ghost Reaper is a very good card, and this card shuts BA down just as much. It also happens to shut the Talonites down. You then get cards like this. People side these against Monarchs. Basically, it just stops them using any of the spells for a turn. And just completely shuts them down. Stygian Dirge. This used to be really popular when Talonites were a big thing, as it stops them overlaying and it forces them to make a weaker overlay. Then you get something like a Lancia. Now Lancia is really good because, well, they can go ship and then say Dark Destroyer, and Dark Destroyer targets itself, blows itself up, you Lancia, they get nothing out of it, and they just go massive neg. Bear in mind they can respond to this. Right, the other half of side decking is, so you've got all these mint side decks. So this is my Burning Abyss deck. But now, so say I'm playing as Pendulum's my worst matchup. But the problem is now, what do you take out? Because I don't really want to take out any of my engine cards. It's BA Monarch, by the way, this. So what is it you actually take out? Well, in every matchup you should have an idea of what you're going to take out. All your big matchups. So I know, against Pendulums, the first thing that's coming out is, where are they? These. These do really little against pendulums, so I take them out for the anti-spells. You've got to also bear in mind, I once saw a Despot player playing Despot Shaddoll, and he sided in a Shadow Mirror. Now this lost him the game. So you can accidentally side yourself out of a game as well. You've also got to be careful not to overside, because if you overside, right, so say I side this now. This is actually in the main deck somewhere, right there. These are actually from this main deck. So, now say I overside this deck. So, it's pendulum, so I'm taking this out. I'm gonna... Well, so Maxies are gone. Where's that last Maxi? So that's guys, I really should be more prepared, but I'm not. What else will I take out? Take this out, take this out. These aren't amazing as pendulums. This isn't. So as you can see there, I'm siding out like 8 cards. Let's go deeper. Go set up my tenacities as well. So that's now 9 cards side out of my main deck. Now I'm going to side in. So I'm going to side in my Majesty's Fiends, my Drawn Lockbird, my Gozen Match. I never side Gozen Match in this deck, by the way, normally. It's just an example. My MST. How many is that? So that's 8. I need another one. I'll side in Magical Deflector because why not? It hurts the Draco face off. I'm not going to bother re-sleeving this actually. I just want to show you the problems you can get. So, in this match, I'm going to go first. Bear in mind, this is quite a consistent deck normally. So that's now well shuffled in. Okay, so here we go. Now, if you look, I've opened double anti. That is now unplayable. That hand. Whereas if I hadn't sided these in, this could have been a burning. This could have been say a burning abyss, a dad, a tenacity. Because if that's a tenacity, then that hand's really automatically very, very playable. But as you can see, I've actually oversided here, just to prove this isn't a one-off thing. That hand's also not very good. The next hand you get, okay, that's a good hand. That's all right hand. That goes and that's just going to shut this hand down. That's alright. Bearing in mind the brick rate for this deck is about 15% tops. That's an alright hand. So you can see, that hand, that's a lot brickier. Whereas if I'd done it correctly and say it hadn't sized in the Majesties, the Magical Reflectors, I'd just sided in the anti-spells, which is what you'd normally do. I'm going to leave the MST in as well, actually. And the Twin Twist. All the Twin Twisters are actually already in the deck. I thought it was more than that. Alright, that's going. Yeah, so I'm putting the return back in. So I put my engine back in. I'm now siding 4 in and 4 out. Whereas now, if you look at the consistency in this, so it's shuffled again. Already, that's a much better hand. Just to prove this isn't like a fluky thing. Again, that's better. It's not great, but it's better. That's a really good hand. That's a good hand. There's the first side deck card coming. I'll put them in yellow so you can see the difference. There's another one. And there's another one. Now, even though I've seen a lot of side deck cards there, that's not that dead because I've got that foolish. That's really live because of the pantheisms. There's going to be at least a few draws in that hand. There should be 2 more cards instead. I've left 2 cards upstairs. But you get the idea that it's correctly siding can you win you matches. Badly siding can lose you them. Now I've badly sided before, we've all done it. But there were like certain cards you should never side in the certain decks, like that Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. You should never have sided it. You've also got to think about some side decks can actually change the deck you're playing. Like, this is Demise Tellers. So, but now, say I took the cards of Demise out. For, say, Honest. And somewhere else, then I could actually play a completely different deck because this is no longer Demise cards. But there are other times when, like, another instance where I've seen badly siding done is a player once I was playing this deck and he sided out his effect failures against me, and it lost him the match. This was just a poor choice. I don't know how he did it. I guessed Deltaros, but I never actually made it. He actually beat me, but it was still bad siding. The other thing you've got to remember is, as many cards as you take out, you've got to put back in. You also don't want to overcompensate side deck for some matches, which people do. Like when I was beginning, I used to side deck for, say, 10 for BA, and 4 for Necros, and maybe 1 for another one, because I had real problems with BA at the time. Whereas, that was a mistake, because while, yes, these 10 cards were really, really good against BA, I couldn't afford to lose 10 cards in my deck, so it usually ended up costing me it. But that's just my opinion. Also, note, if you want to side into your extra deck, you have to put your extra deck in the same colour. So usually it's not worth siding into your extra deck because most decks have enough space in them. But that's just my opinion. Necros of Ben Corner out.